This video is part of the Audio Description for Beginners course to help teach you how to create audio descriptions using Closed Caption Creator. In the last video, we looked at options for exporting audio descriptions using synthetic voice. We've also looked at exporting our work for use in Davinci Resolve. In this video, we're going to review the ADR and MIDI device control options available in Closed Caption Creator. This option allows users to control a third-party digital audio workstation using Closed Caption Creator, meaning you can navigate your project in Closed Caption Creator and trigger records in a separate application. We'll be using Studio One by Presonus. In order to set this up on PC, we also need to download Loop MIDI, which is a free software program that allows us to create virtual MIDI devices on our system. On Mac, you can use the Audio MIDI setup to configure virtual MIDI devices. Inside Studio One, if I open up a new project and go to Options inside the Studio One menu, I can go over to External Devices and you'll see here I have a new control surface which I'll use to control Closed Caption Creator. If I close this and go over to Advanced and select the Synchronization tab, you'll see I'm receiving timecode and machine control from the second MIDI device. Now I'll go back to Closed Caption Creator and open the Options window. Go down to ADR Setup and enable both MIDI control and ADR Preview. I want to ensure that I have the correct MIDI devices selected from my list. I'll be receiving MIDI messages from the first MIDI port and I'll be sending MIDI messages via the second device. Now I can close out of this window and you'll notice that when I navigate the timeline in Closed Caption Creator, the playhead in Studio One also updates. You'll also notice that the preview text over the video has changed to be a ticker near the top of the screen. The red bar you're seeing is a countdown to the next event.
What brings you to the line?
This ticker is meant to be a visual indicator to the voiceover talent so that they're ready to read a line as it appears. Next, let's do some recording. I'll arm the track in Studio One and I'll also enable record in Closed Caption Creator. Now whenever I click the play button, a record signal will be sent to Studio One. The screen fades up to show a snowy mountainscape. A woman holding a staff walks in the snow. Her face is half covered by a collar of her coat. There are a lot of benefits to recording in a third-party DAW application. One feature I really love is the ability to record to layers in Studio One. If I come down here to the transport bar and click the settings icon, I can enable takes to layers. Now whenever I start a record from Closed Caption Creator, it's going to record multiple takes for that one track. This can be really powerful and help when comping or editing takes in post. I can simply mouse over a take that I want, and that becomes a selected segment for my track. And when I'm done, I can close the separate takes without deleting them from my project. Finally, we can also play with the different workspaces, in case you want to provide more space for the video player. I can switch to the vertical workspace, close the timeline, and adjust the panels until I have a view I like. If you have any questions in regards to setting up the ADR preview and device control in Closed Caption Creator, please feel free to use the contact form on our website. We would love to help you get started with Closed Caption Creator in your studio. Keep in mind, we also have an offline version that allows you to open Closed Caption Creator projects in studios that are isolated from the public internet.